Prepare to launch the next episode! But sir, we don't have enough materials for the next episode. Use whatever you can find. Are we ready to launch, crew?
I think so, Captain. Alright, gang. It's time to do this.
Fire at will.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire!
Hi, and thank you for joining us on today's episode of Punch Our Games, where I talk about games of today and in the past. Hold on, we're not going to be reviewing a game for today. No. We are going to be talking about someone who deserves a lot of attention in the gaming history. Someone who is recalled as the father of modern video games. Now, you might be asking yourself, who might that be? Well, I'm glad you asked, because you probably haven't looked at that title description. So, who could it be? Could it be...
Socrates, Antonio Vivaldi, Spooderman, Mr. T, Jack Black. Could it be any one of these?
Have you guys guessed it yet? Well, I'm gonna tell you anyways. His name is Shigeru Miyamoto! Yeah, face of Shigeru. Shiggy Wiggy. Glad you like it. Shigeru's current occupation involves being a game designer, game producer, game director, character artist, and EAD general manager. Moving on.
Miyamoto was born on November 16, 1952 in Sonobe, northwest of Kyoto, Japan. From an early age, Miyamoto's home was surrounded by wildlife, which influenced a lot of his creative games we know today. Miyamoto began to explore the natural areas around his home. On one of these expeditions, Miyamoto came upon a very scary-looking cave that took him days to finally venture in it. Miyamoto's expeditions into the Kyoto countryside inspired his later work, particularly The Legend of Zelda. In the beginning of Zelda, it's no wonder why you start the game standing in the middle of the forest, and your first task is to enter a cave and retrieve a sword given to you by an old man.
Now, I can't say for sure that Miyamoto met an old man in a dampy cave, but we can only wonder. Hello? Anybody down here? I heard something.
It's dangerous to go alone.
Who said that?
Take this!
Thanks. I can still see you. Whoa.
But really, there's more where that came from. Miyamoto often visited a shrine of a fox god who could apparently fly, and the pathway to the shrine involved going under many arches, which inspired the game we know today as Star Fox. Roll the footage. Roll the footage.
Do a barrel roll.
You beat me to it, Peppy. But before he began to create video games, Miyamoto initially wanted to become a manga artist. Mango. When the game Space Invaders made its debut, He became inspired by the game and decided to major in video game design at the Kanazawa College of Art. After completing school, his mind was set on working for Nintendo. His father managed to get an interview for Miyamoto with the Big N, and Miyamoto was hired in the year of 1977.
But what was Nintendo before Shigeru Miyamoto arrived there?
When Nintendo was founded in the year 1889, 125 years old this year, the company originally started out as a card game company, since solitaire and poker were popular at the time. Miyamoto went on to become the company's first artist. He helped create the art for the company's first original coin-operated arcade video game called Sheriff. Miyamoto imagined many characters and plot concepts, but eventually settled on a love triangle between a gorilla, a carpenter, and a girl. He meant to mirror the rivalry between comic characters Bluto, Popeye, and Olive Oil, and thus the game Donkey Kong was created. Now, if we take a closer look, this game introduced Mario for the very first time. Although his name was not Mario, it was Jumpman. After the game, they decided to rename Jumpman to Mario, an Italian plumber known for his thick mustache, who had a brother named Luigi, which became the immortalizing franchise Super Mario Bros. Because Donkey Kong was a success in the arcade, Nintendo finally decided to release its very first video game console, the Nintendo Entertainment System, which featured popular games like The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros., Ice Climbers, Kid Icarus, Excite Bike, and many more titles. Miyamoto worked through various games on the SNES like Star Fox. The game was considered impossible for the SNES to handle, so programmer Jess Son convinced Nintendo to upgrade the graphics. Miyamoto and Katsuya Eguchi designed the Super FX chip. Miyamoto also mentored Satoshi Tajiri, guiding him during the creation process of Pocket Monsters, also known here in the US as Pokemon. Pokemon quickly became one of the most popular entertainment franchises in the world, spanning to video games, anime, and various cute merchandise. Moving on to the late 90s, the N64 was Nintendo's redefined 3D console that broke free from the side-scrolling era. Miyamoto used the N64 as a sandbox to create one of the most known games of our time. Super Mario 64 was the first 3D Mario game that integrated a new camera system. This gave freedom to players to set up whatever camera angle best suits them. Ocarina of Time introduced a new targeting system that revolutionized battle sequences in video games. Also, it's the best flipping game ever, my opinion. And so, Miyamoto continues producing and making future consoles till this very day. Nintendo recent Wii U console wasn't so much of a success, contrary to their prediction. Satoru Iwata received a 50% cut, Miyamoto 30%, and other game developers got a 20% cut. Although it didn't sell very well, I believe that Nintendo will bounce back from this by creating more titles that will lure people into buying a Wii U. Zelda, Metroid, Animal Crossing, Pokemon, Smash Brothers. Wow. He was featured in Asia's Time magazine, 60 Years of Asian Heroes, was the first person to be introduced into the Academy of Interactive Arts Hall of Fame, and received the Lifetime Achievement Grant from Game Developers' Choice Awards. As a result, Miyamoto is one of the most important video game developers of our time, by creating memorable characters, revolutionizing game mechanics, and generating interactivity into the imaginative world of games. So I hope you learned a little something about Shigeru Miyamoto today, and stay tuned for future episodes that are on their way. Check out my pal the Potato for more awesome reviews like this. Go check him out right now. Do it. I'm serious. Do it. Do it. So, see you all soon everybody, and safe travels.